Alright, this video might be a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth. This is what is ShowingTime and how to use it. So let's start with the basics. Hi, agent, I want to see 123 Main Street. What do? You got to schedule a showing. And so we use a service called ShowingTime. 95% of listings within the greater PA region, all of New Jersey, all of Pennsylvania really, and all over the country, ShowingTime is the service, the system that is used to make it easier for you, the buyer's agent, to schedule a showing and to get approved for that. So what you do is come into Bright and you can find, let's say this is the property your client sent you and they're pre-approved and they want to go and see it. So you're going to come and find the property in Bright, and you scroll down here, you see right here it says schedule a showing. Okay, so schedule a showing. Also here at the bottom there's a ShowingTime button, so either one will work, but if you click schedule a showing, this is what you're going to see. Now, if you've never used it before, you're going to make an account, you're going to log in here. You want to have this looking just like how I have it here. So when you get a confirmation, it's going to email you the lockbox and it's going to text you the lockbox code and your approval. So that way you'll get a text and an email giving you the access information. So you can go to the house, use the lockbox code you get, and enter the home, right? So follow along with me here, find any property, click on that schedule a showing button, and schedule a single showing, and now you're going to come to this screen. So what is this? Well, where it's blacked out means you cannot schedule a showing. I have a showing scheduled here somewhere else, that's why I see that here, but this is all blacked out, means I cannot schedule a showing at these times. Why? I don't know. You'd have to ask the listing agent if you want to get answers to those types of questions. The listing agent is the person who's in contact with the seller, right? Not us, not me, not anybody else. The listing agent, that's why their cell phone number is right here. That's who you would reach out to. But if I scroll up, I can see that this listing is not active yet. It'll be on the market on the 16th. Got it. So showing start on the 16th, and look at that. There's already some scheduled. So we can pick our time. Let's say our client wants to go at 4 o'clock. You can click on the time slot here. And then my recommendation is to change the appointment end time. Give yourself a half hour. Now you're going to see some agents limit these. Like this agent didn't change it. They should have. They're letting 2-hour appointments. Like nobody's scheduling a 2-hour appointment. So schedule a 30-minute appointment typically. And then that's all you need to do. Once I click request appointment, my showing request that I just made, right? The showing request that I just made is going to go to somebody. Whoever the listing agent set it up to go to. It could go directly to the seller. Generally, that's where it goes. So generally, when you click this button, request appointment, the seller, who might be sitting on their couch in this house, is going to get a notification on their phone. Oh, Susie Smith from Keller Williams Morristown requested a showing, and then they can confirm it or decline it from their phone. Now this one I can see it's going to give us instant confirmation because it's vacant. So this one, I know if I hit request appointment, I'm going to get an instant confirmation. I'm going to get the lockbox code texted to me immediately. So that's how it works. If you wanted to schedule a showing, those are the steps that you would need to take. Find the listing in the MLS, click on schedule a showing, pick your time, and hit request appointment. Now, let's say you couldn't get this far. Let's say something happened. Let's say you came down here to click on schedule a showing and it says ShowingTime is not set up, and there's an error message or something like that. That is when you call the listing agent. This is basic duties, basic role, basic job function as an agent. You call the listing agent. If you have an issue scheduling a showing, you call the listing agent. So this is how you generally schedule a showing. They also have a phone number. ShowingTime has a phone number, which I'll show you in a second. So let's move on. Let's pick another one and see how it will look different. So this is another property. Okay, this one's active today, so we should be able to see this. I should be able to schedule a showing for this. So let's see. Okay. Looks vacant. Okay, so it's probably another go and show. So I scroll down here and look, it's different. Like the language here is different, but the same process. Click schedule a showing, go and show, so I know it'll be an instant confirmation, schedule a showing, and here are my available times to schedule that showing. Go to the next one. See, okay, so this one is the same, But again, it's different. So the appointment phone number is this right here, is ShowingTime's phone number. So I recommend you save that into your contacts, just in case you're ever at a property or you need to just schedule a showing on the go. You can actually call this number pretty much any time, and a human being will answer and say, hi, and you say your name and that you want to schedule a showing at 3 Lafayette Lane, and the person who answered the phone will actually schedule it on your behalf. And the same thing will happen. You'll get a text notification, right? And an email that says you have requested an appointment. And once the seller or the listing agent or whoever confirms it, you'll get another text and another email with the access information. So another common thing that happens is you might schedule this appointment. Now this requires confirmation, right? Because the seller probably lives here. So when I request this appointment, you can see all these appointments that are scheduled. So maybe I could request this appointment here. When I hit request appointment, something that happens sometimes is I don't get confirmation for this, and I schedule this for tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and then it's tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't get the lockbox code. So pick up the phone and call the agent to see why you didn't get approved, or to get approval, or to see if you can't show it for some reason. So after you understand the basics of this, your immediate next step should be to schedule yourself some previews. Schedule yourself some agent previews. And this is outlined many times here in the 90-day playbook, because it's one of the things that you should do for lead gen. You can go preview a home, which means that you're going to go to the home without your client. It's just going to be you there. Go take a video of the kitchen, take a video of a picture of the bathroom, a picture of the lockbox or of the house or something that looks cool, and post it to your stories, right? Huge thing to do for your lead gen to stay in front of your database is to do that. So to schedule a preview, now there's another video for this farther down in the playbook, but if you just click on, let's just say we're going to do this property here, this would be fine to do a preview. And I can come down here because it's vacant. I say generally try and do your previews at vacant homes, so you're not making a seller and their kids like leave the house for you to go there by yourself. But you should understand the market. So if there is a house that pops up in the market that you want to see, if you want to understand that market, whether it's vacant or not, you're welcome to schedule a preview and to go and take a look at that home. So click on schedule a showing. We're going to go through the same steps here, right? Schedule a single showing. Pick our time that we want to go by ourselves, and then right here where it says appointment type, showing, we can click this drop down and there's an agent preview right here. So by doing this, I'm setting the expectation when I hit request appointment that I'm going to go to this property by myself. So they're not expecting me to be going with a client, they're expecting me to go there by myself. And what would happen again, I hit request and I'm going to get a text and an email that either says you've been approved, here's the lockbox code, or it's going to say congratulations, you've requested an appointment, and we'll get back to you once the seller or whoever confirms it or declines it. So a couple other things I wanted to show here is how to do show and cart, which is really important, because in a normal market it's not as common now, but you're showing maybe 4 or 5 properties at a time. I would never show more than 5 properties at a time, just as a matter of business, and it gets a little overwhelming and it's a lot to manage. But let's say we wanted to show 3 properties on the same day. You can find the 3 properties you want by learning how to use Bright. So let's say my client wanted to see these 3 properties. I would check them off, okay, and then I can click showing time down here. All right, and then you click on this add to showing cart button, and now you pick the date and the time you want to schedule these for. So let's say our buyer wanted to see those 3 properties on Monday. I'd click on Monday, and then you have to add a buyer in here. So I'll just pick somebody and then hit OK. And now here's our 3 showings, and we can see on the right here the available times, and you can even look at a map here that shows you how far away they are from each other. And if you click Smart Route, it'll put them in order of what's going to be the fastest route for you to go. So if one's here and one's over here and one's over here, you're going to want to see this. You're going to want to see this one, and then this one, and then this one, right? Makes sense? So here's our 3 showings, and we can see, okay, this one, this first one, it's all blacked out here. Why? And this is just life as an agent. You're like, oh, why? Why is this all blacked out here? Why can't I show this property? It looks like there's nothing available for this day at all. So I'd have to call that listing agent. Maybe I just start with this one, and I book this one for 2 o'clock. And then I book this one for, like, this is 7 minutes away, so I book this one for 2 to 2:15. Maybe I'll do 2 to 2:30, give us a little bit more time. And now I'll book this one, 6 minutes away. Maybe I'll book this one for 2:15 to 3 if I can. Perfect, 45 minutes. So that way, if I'm a little bit late, I'm good. I have a 45-minute window. So now when I hit send requests here, this is the best part. Now it'll send out both of those requests at the same time, and I'll get notification when they get approved. So this way, this makes it so much easier, because I actually didn't know about this for a couple of years, and I would spend all this time going to Google Maps and planning out my route and scheduling them one by one by one by one. So this is much easier. And in this case, this is common. I'd hit send requests right now, and then I'd go back into Bright to 1308 Marl Crest Road. And I know why I can't schedule the showing here. It's because it's not on the market till the 16th. But if it was some other reason that I didn't know, I would now scroll down and I would call the listing agent and ask, why, hey, is that accurate? Can I show it then? When can I show it? So that's another tip. The last thing I wanted to say is ShowingTime.com and the ShowingTime app are very useful things for you to know and to play around with. So you can come to ShowingTime.com at any time and you can log in. Okay, this is this is how the username and passwords used to be. You should know what yours is from logging in from Bright. If you don't know what it is, hit forgot password, figure it out, save it so you can log in here. And now you can see the showings that you have confirmed for today, tomorrow, and beyond. I just have one scheduled for Monday, so I can see that here. And then you can see if you have listings, you can click on the listings tab here, and you can see what the agent sees. Here's a listing, and here's all of your showing. Here's when you, the agent, are working with the buyer, you're like, how does ShowingTime work? Well, it works like this. This is the system. This is what it looks like when you have a listing. The listing agent can come in here and say, hey, who can confirm appointments? The listing agent, you can add a seller in here. You can add anybody in here to confirm an appointment or to get an email. You can set the maximum appointment length here. You can do all that kind of stuff in here. You can block showings. That's how it's set up on the back end. The listing agent does it, so that's why when you say, well, it doesn't work, the system isn't working. No, it's just the listing agent. You need to call the listing agent. You need to ask them why, what's going on there. Some agents don't use it. Generally, agents who, maybe have been in the business a super long time and aren't good with technologies. It's very rare in those cases. You'll have to just call the listing agent and try and request an appointment that way. It can be very, can be a little bit tedious sometimes, but that's what we're paid for. So the other thing is the app. So I would absolutely say to download the ShowingTime app. It's free. It looks like this when you log in here. And you can click on the button here on the side and you can hit schedule a showing. I think I can throw it up on the screen here. Book Pro. So you can download the app, log in, and then you can click on schedule a showing up here, and then you can type in any address. So let's say the property is not in Bright. Let's say it's in like a North Jersey MLS or Paragon or something. This checkbox right here, if you uncheck it, you can look in any MLS. You're licensed in the entire state of New Jersey, so you could show a property anywhere in theory. If you can't find it in Bright to schedule an appointment, you can always look in ShowingTime. Like I don't know any addresses up there, but if I type in like East Brunswick here, maybe I'll see some. Yeah, here we go. So here's a bunch of listings in East Brunswick. So these are not in Bright, but I would be able to schedule a showing here by using the app for ShowingTime or by going to ShowingTime.com. So same thing here, pretty cool, pretty easy to use. And again, if you want to schedule a showing, you can always just call, put it in your contacts, put ShowingTime in your contacts. I have it in here. That way when they call me, it's actually 1-800-SHOWING. That way when they call, I know it's them, or I can call them at any time if I'm stuck at a property and can't get in for some reason. So I think that's it for ShowingTime. Again, practice the previews. That's the number. Like you should start doing that right away. It's on the 90-day playbook. Use this. Take it row by row at a time. When you get to the previews, you want to start doing that. That's like a number one thing to do as a new agent. Great for experience and to learn how to open lock boxes and all that fun stuff. So that's it for ShowingTime. If you have any questions, call ShowingTime. Call the listing agent.